Hello everyone, Impy Hater here. Welcome back to my newcomer's guide for Elden Ring. This is part 16. So, in the last episode, we ended up tackling Godric the Grafted, who was the major boss of Stormville Castle. However, we do still have one boss to complete, which is at the Liftside Chamber. This is actually tied to a quest that we are on related to Roger. And after that, we're going to be heading towards the Liurnia area. And kind of the goal of this episode is going to be to pick up a few of the graces that are important, start a couple of NPC quests, as well as get all three of the map fragments for this area. And then we're basically going to wrap by reaching Iji, who is basically the blacksmith that Blythe was talking about previously. He also is someone who sells an infinite supply of some of the lower end somber smithing stones. So that's going to be kind of our goal for this episode. Otherwise, though, we're still in the round table hold. We got a couple of things we're going to do here first. So head around here and talk to Roger. Talk about D first.
D isn't old. We found ourselves, but our paths, though that's hot.
Talk about D again. He'll tell you a little bit more.
As long as we may be able, if only I could, and if they...
And then the I've defeated Godric part is something you need to be wary of. If we pick this option, he's going to give us a +8 weapon, Roger's Rapier, which is a pretty good weapon. Don't necessarily not want that weapon, but one of the things that you may not know about this game is that the multiplayer matchmaking is actually based on the highest level weapon that you have. He's going to give you a +8 weapon right off the bat. So that's a consideration to make because it will put you into a new multiplayer level compared to where you probably are right now. So just take that into advisement before you hit this option. This is actually the same reason why I didn't have you kill Edgar whenever we completed his and Irina's quest. We are going to still be able to get the weapon that he drops a little bit later because he's going to invade us. However, we could have completed that quest by simply killing him after Irina died. So, and that would have given us another +8 weapon too. But again, that's too early. I'll leave it to you to decide if you want this weapon at this point or not. I'll go ahead and pick it up. I'm not really focused on multiplayer right now, so I'll go ahead and do that.
As you might have guessed.
Otherwise, that's going to complete his dialogue. Next, we're going to talk to D over here.
You know, he was a don't let his know. You see him like his heart. Take, well, that's how you win grace.
And next, we're going to head over to the Liftside Chamber, and we're going to progress that quest by killing the boss here. And then we're going to go talk to Roger again. So come out here. There are some bats out here. The bats really don't like being woken up. They're a little bit groggy, which is a great time to kill them. Otherwise, kill them and then head down here. By the way, you do not have to go through this boss if you don't want to, but it's an appropriate time for us to do so, so I'm going to recommend doing it now. So there are some rats down here, nothing too crazy yet. Then there's a fat rat over here. Got a poison blossom over here, and then we have a scarab here. This one's going to give us Rancor Call. Rancor Call is actually a sorcery. Summons vengeful spirits that chase down foes. And then we're going to come around here, and this is the entrance to the boss battle. So Basically, this boss is a combination of tree limbs and like a grotesque, meaty substance, I guess we'll say. And this thing has no form that is static. It can kind of change its form. It can also go through the walls along the sides of the arena as well. It does have two arms that will occasionally come out, and it will swipe you with those arms. So I recommend staying along the side of the boss and trying to do most of your damage from there. So stay on this boss if you can. In addition, it will slam its head on the ground if you are in front of it. So again, I try to avoid its head if you can. It also has attacks that are based in Holy. So I did have us pick up previously the Haligdrake Talisman. Not a bad idea to equip that here. And basically, whenever you get it down to a little bit of its health off, I think it's like 70% or so, it'll actually start utilizing its holy damage. And it can breathe holy damage at you, almost like a dragon does. So you want to avoid that, just back off from that. Otherwise, though, he also has the ability to kind of do this explosive attack where he'll light himself on fire with holy. And that will do a lot of damage around him, as well as some of it will show up on the ground as well. So you want to stay away from him, but not too far, because otherwise you may be hit by the attack that's behind you or to the sides of you. So when you see him start to glow like that, look around you, see where the points are on the ground. Otherwise, though, that's going to be its main attack, is going to be to utilize that once he begins his second phase. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to pop a Wondrous Physic. Fire damage is always a good idea, by the way. Otherwise, again, try to stay on this enemy and avoid his tail whips. So there's this explosive attack. You can also try to block it if you want. So there's his tail whip attack. And there's his head thwomp. I did not follow my own recommendations. So, again, you can block a good chunk of that damage if you have a better shield than I do. There's the breathing attack that it does. And it's dead. That's going to grant us a golden seed. Over here we also have a stone sword key, a throwing dagger, and a smoldering butterfly over here. So we're going to come over here and you're going to see this ugly as hell face here. Absolutely messed up looking. We're going to pick up this. This is the Prince of Death's Postule. This is actually a talisman. It's going to raise vitality, and it also reveals that this head is the facial flesh of Godwyn. So Godwyn, again, is a major character of this game. And then you'll notice that there is a bloodstain here. This is not a bloodstain for multiplayer, however. This is Roger's bloodstain. Remember, he's a Tarnished just like us, and apparently he died here. So we're going to go visit him and find out what happened. See if he knows anything about this head.
Always good to son.
So ask him about the corpse. He'll tell you some information.
A bit of that was, and it became. I once wished the world has. You'd better understand. I urge thee.
So after you talk to him, we're gonna head next door.
Oh, your divinity, I didn't. I'll be doing much. Just lay out.
Go and talk to him about his prayer.
Well.
Greetings. Are you here for
And haven't gotten any more glove work. Anyway, we're going to go ahead in here, and we're going to talk to Fia. We're going to let her hold us again.
Like now. You are so.
So she's going to give you the blessing as usual, but you'll now have the ability to ask her about
My dear,
Roger.
have you ever, dear Roger, and the ancient Black Knight, along with these grand, but intro about the Black, but perhaps.
So she's going to give you a clue to follow. So we'll go ahead and use the blessing, because again, we don't want to have a loss of our max health. The item that we picked up, though, is the knife print clue. So this is actually a clue about the whereabouts of where the Black Knife Catacombs is, which contains basically enemies that we need to kill in order to get a black knife from them. And then we're supposed to bring the black knife over to Fia, who will help identify it. We'll be messing around with that here in a few episodes. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and begin from Godric the Grafted's Grace and start heading north towards Liurnia. So just follow the path down. This is a Shabriri grape. Basically an eyeball. Apparently it's a delicacy in this game. So we're going to head out here to a Grace. Make sure you rest at this Grace, by the way, and once you do, if you've been following Bach's story, he's going to appear. So come over and talk to him.
Help, please. Allow me to. I'm happy. Mass, do you ever? I would. Well, I don't ask. I am your.
Alrighty. So what he'll do is he will alter your gear. The main thing that he's going to do is he's going to remove the cape that your gear has. So if you don't like the capes on specific gear, you can have it removed. You can also do this at a Grace. The thing about doing it at a Grace, though, is it actually costs money in order to do it. So you'll be paying in runes. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and utilize the golden seeds I've been collecting for another flask, because I did pick up a third one in that fight. And then we're going to come over here and talk to Hyetta. Now, be aware that this character only is going to be here if you have progressed the quest with Edgar and his daughter Irina up to the point of you at least getting the basically the note to give Edgar. If you haven't at least done that, she will not be here, and you'll want to go back and complete that part of the quest, preferably the rest of the quest before doing this.
Hello, my name is... If I might be so... Would you donate my eyesight? But when I eat, it will lead me.
Anyway, she wants us to give her the Shabriri grape. We'll go ahead and do that.
May the blessing of...
Apparently they cause her hallucinations.
May the blessing...
And then once we rest at the Grace, she's going to disappear. Later we'll find her in some ruins later where she's wanting another one. She's actually related to the Frenzied Flame ending. Otherwise, we're going to come in here to the Church of Irith, and we're going to grab a Sacred Tear, and we're going to talk to Thops over here.
Believe it or for a. Well,
He wants a small donation of 10 runes. Go ahead and give him your 10 runes, and then talk to him.
All right, I can tell you.
He's going to give us a little bit of information about the Rhea Lucaria Academy and how to get in there. We need a glintstone key, but he's not sure where to find one.
If you want, would you consider? I know it, but still.
And he wants a key if you find a second one. There actually are 2 glintstone keys in this game. We'll be collecting both. But for now,
Well, that is Selin.
go ahead and ask about Selin.
Accused I still the illustrious.
He'll tell you more about Selin. And then you can also study glintstone sorceries from him if you want to. Otherwise, we're going to come back to him later with a second glintstone key. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and head out to the graveyard that's over here. And this is going to give us an Academy scroll. Then we're going to take this path down. Now you don't have to clear out this camp if you don't want to. There is an item in here though we're going to get, so get the item and run if you don't want to deal with them, but they're not very difficult to fight at this point. Anyway, come over here for a cookbook. And here's a smoldering butterfly. Another enemy will backstab. So we got another Lost Grace. And we got another merchant that you can buy stuff from.
No matter why, don't.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and buy the cookbooks, and I'll also buy all of his smithing stones. And what we're going to head towards next is actually going to be the map marker right here. So we'll mark that on our map, and we're going to head towards it. There's some enemies that are basically sitting here around it. Go ahead and deal with them. And then we're going to keep following this path. And we also got the sacred tier earlier. I'll go ahead and make use of that. So now we're going to decide where we want to head for now. We're actually going to go to this island here. There's also an area right around here that we can get to as well that has an NPC that begins a quest. And then we're going to head up here towards basically where this road continues, this bridge is. So that's going to be kind of what we go to from here. Oh, I still have this marker done. There's also some items around here kind of on the outskirts of this place, so we'll get a couple of the items here. We got a cookbook. Then I believe it's over here next to the summoning area. Yep. We've got a ritual pot, and we've got a golden rune. There's also a smithing stone next to the summoning path here. We're going to pick that up, and then we're going to head towards our markers on our map. So marker number 2 gets us to Patches.
I'm still in now. I might Patches in. By the way, she's a straight. Not that it's issuing you.
So complete all of his dialogue, and he'll tell you a little bit about.
It's so right. It'll chuck you.
We'll tell you a little bit about the Iron Maidens, the Iron Virgins as they're called in this game, that basically will suck you in, and then normally they'll do a lot of damage to you, but there's one in the game that'll actually transport you to a location. So you can ask him about that again. Otherwise, he's got a few items for purchase. I'll go and pick up another Missionary's Cookbook.
Cheers for that.
Again, trying to get them all. Got a Grace to grab, and then we're going to go try to find Raya, the woman that he was talking about. You can actually see this little tower over here.
Hello. Hello. Please. It's rather my mistress, but I was a could I ask that thug only if you've... Oh, what a blessing. The thug should please.
Apparently someone has stole her necklace, but I don't think it's our friend Patches because he actually wanted us to help her. Anyway, that will begin a quest. We'll get her necklace probably in the next episode. Otherwise, we're going to head to marker number 4. And there's actually a level 3 smithing stone inside this. We'll go ahead and grab it real quick. Then around here is a Grace. Along with another map marker. So that gets us the second of the 3 maps for this place. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to head over to here. Dialos is over here. We're going to get some items kind of heading west. And then we're going to head back to the Lascar ruins. And we're going to take the teleporter. That actually takes us over to the front gate of the Raya Lucaria building. After that, we're going to collect an item there, and then we're going to head over here, and that's a teleporter that's going to take us way over here, where we're going to be able to get the 3rd marker for the maps. Alrighty, so we're going to head towards number 1 on the map first. And we're going to see Dialos out here. Dialos is one of the NPCs. Unfortunately, he has found his childhood friend.
The tail I, Dial. The tail of I.
So that will trigger him. The next time you leave and come back, he will have moved from here. He'll be back at Round Table Hold. Otherwise, though, we're going to get a couple of items kind of around the area here. We're going to head to this broken out kind of building that's tilting. And we're going to climb up here. Summon if you like. I don't think the enemies that are here, though, are difficult enough to justify that. Irritating, yes. Difficult, no. Up here, we've got another cookbook. Then I like to use the top of this building as kind of a place to survey from. And we can see a tree over there. This is going to get us another golden seed. Then we're going to follow this path, make a left, make a right. Over here is a giant crab, another smithing stone. Kill that, and then we're going to shoot this thing up here down. Oh man, I'm about to die. Woo-wee! That was close. Anyway, we're going to run along the side of this building. And we're going to go pick up some runes at some sarcophaguses. You don't have to kill this thing, but it will certainly help you having to avoid enemies out here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab all of the golden runes. And I think that's all of them. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to head back. Once we're at a distance to where we can travel, we're going to travel. We're going to head back to the Laskyar ruins, and we're going to take the teleporter here to the gate of the Rea Lucaria Academy. So we got an item over here. This is actually a clue on where we can find a glintstone key. We'll be heading there here in a few episodes, actually. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and grab another grace. And then we're going to get a couple of items that are in this little area before we head back. Over here is a white and blue-white shield. Turn left here. Over here we have a smithing stone. And then we have the entrance of this place. We're just going to leave by going down the hill. And then once you're out of here, we're going to head to the third place on our map. And this is another teleporter. This is going to take us right to where we can get the third piece of our map. So now our map of Liurnia has been completed. So what we're going to be tackling in this episode is going to be, or the rest of this episode is going to be to basically reach somebody here named E.G. So he's actually the blacksmith that Blythe was telling us about. So just pass up all these enemies. Knock in this wall. And here we have our grace.
I presume. I am an old soldier.
So go ahead and talk to him, and we're going to progress all of his dialogue.
If you come to, I am Toten. Raid's territory. When the Rail after Levkarian, I conjure that is why, unless you wish.
Make sure to tell him that Blythe sent you.
Perhaps he's at any rate. I've of the end, whatever.
He's going to give you some advice to stay away from the Carrion Manor that's ahead of us. And if you mention Blythe, he's going to give you the ability to buy a Carrion Filigreed crest. This lowers the focus points that are consumed by skills. Excellent item to have if you're a magic class. Otherwise, we can go ahead and buy some of the smithing stones up to level 4. And I'm actually going to use this opportunity to get my weapon up to level 4. So I'm going to utilize some runes. This is probably enough.
Something.
So this one allows us to reinforce special armaments to +3, this one to +4, so we're going to buy one of each. Then he'll strengthen our armaments. Oh, I need more runes.
Something.
And we also now have our dagger up to +8 and our Reduvia up to +4. So, again, he can do high-level upgrades too, just like our blacksmith, Master Hugh, can. But with that I think is going to wrap it for this episode, everybody. We have made it to Liurnia. We have unlocked all of the map locations, or at least the map fragments on this, and we're going to start exploring some of these areas. One of the places that we're going to be heading to in the next episode, for example, is going to be the Church of Vows, because I want you to have a vendor who you can basically take all your magic stuff to. So we're going to be tackling some of the right-hand side over here. We'll tackle a little bit of the left-hand side kind of over here as well. But otherwise, that's what we're going to be messing around with in the next episode. So until then, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.